Hello and welcome to this lecture. And in this lecture, we will go ahead and learn something about permissions and groups. So let's say if you actually want to build a site, and obviously you are going to be the admin of the site. But as the site grows, you need to hire employees, you need to hire a sub-admin, or maybe just an employee to actually have a look at your data which is present in your database and take some action upon the data. So you obviously need to grant access to some sort of data to your employees so that they have enough data to work with. But let's say if you don't want to give them access to actually go ahead and edit the data. So what would you do in that particular case? So in that particular case, you cannot directly go ahead and give admin access to your employees, because if you do so, then what would happen is that they will eventually be able to edit these particular things right here. And let's say for some reason you don't want to do that. So how exactly can you go ahead and give employees the permission only to view the data in the database but not actually edit the data? So in that case, we can use something which is called as the user permissions and user groups. So what this Django admin allows you to do is that they actually allow you to create a new user. So as you can see, if you go to the admin panel, you will be able to see this option which says something like users. So if you click on users right here, as you can see, right now we have this admin user, which is my name right here. And as you can see, it actually has a staff status right here. So staff status basically means that this particular user is an employee of the company who runs this particular website. So what we can do here is that we can also go ahead and add a new user here. So I can simply click on add user, and I can say something like my employee, or let's say my staff as the username. I can set the password to staff user, confirm the password as staff user, and I can click on save, and the user is now going to be created for us. And as you can see, if you scroll down a little bit, you also now have option of actually going ahead and editing the personal information of the staff as well. So he can have a first name, last name, email address, so on and so forth. And also, as you can see here, we have a bunch of permissions which we can assign to this particular user. So let's say if you want to deactivate the user's account, you can simply uncheck this option. It will actually deactivate the account, not delete the account, which you can reactivate once again. Then you have this other option which says staff status. So if you actually click on this option, means that the user which we have right now, which is my staff, is actually assigned a status of a staff user. So now here, if we scroll down a little bit, we also have the super user status. So we don't want to make this user as a super user, so we'll keep that unchecked. And also, if you scroll down a little bit, as you can see, we have permissions over here as well. So if you scroll down a little bit, as you can see, we also have the app over here, which is new app, and here you can see the model name as well. So here the model name is movies, and here, as you can see, this thing basically says that he can add movies to this particular model, which is movies model, in the new app. So you can make sure to assign different permissions to this particular user. So let's say if you only want him to be able to view movies and cannot add or delete or change movies, so you can select this permission right here, click on this arrow, and now this permission is going to be added up over here. So now if you scroll down a little bit, you have the option to save. So once you click on that, these user settings will be saved for this user, which is my staff. So I can now click on save, and now I will log out as a super user, and now let's log in using the credentials of a staff. So I'll type in my staff over here, and the password is staff user. So when I log in, as you can see, now I can see the movies table over here, and I can see the data which is in there. As you can see, I can see the details of that particular movie as well, but I can no longer go ahead and edit one of these options or one of these movies right here. So that's how you can actually go ahead and control the different permissions for different set of users on your website. So that's it for this lecture. Hopefully you guys were able to understand how to create different kinds of staff users for your website and give them different kinds of permissions. So this is specifically useful when you want to give some sort of permissions to some users and restrict the others. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.